Welcome. That can't be the intro. That can't be the intro.
Welcome. It just makes it sound like some basement dwellers.
Welcome to the episode 4 of the Group Chat of Waffle podcast. Ooh. That can't be the intro either.
Do you like me in your ears?
Hold on, let me just switch on my mic setting where it goes left and right.
Do you like me inside your head?
It's like me whispering.
Welcome, my fellow ogres, to the episode 4 of the Group Chat of Waffle podcast.
Am I listening to text to speak? Microsoft Sam introducing the podcast. That's nice.
Fucking Cortana. What was the point of her?
Okay, Cortana.
I didn't quite catch that.
I didn't quite catch that. No, you never catch anything, you stupid bitch.
Couldn't even catch COVID, I tell you.
Right. Welcome to the episode 4 of the Group Chat of Waffle podcast. I've already introduced it about 3 or 4 fucking times, but we're doing it now. So basically, we're doing a conspiracy theory episode because we have nothing else to talk about, because the main thing we were going to talk about is being delayed till Saturday. So, this is an emergency episode, to say the least. And I feel like we've got quite a good episode lined up, despite the fact that we've literally been researching it in the past half an hour. So basically, I'm joined by Charlie.
Hello.
Codie.
Hello.
And Luke, who's new.
Alright, lads.
There we go. And all 4 of us have a conspiracy theory that we want to talk about, which may be true or not be true. Mine's definitely not true because it's been disproved.
Or is it?
Reverse psychology.
I mean, it definitely isn't, but it might not be.
We don't know, but we do know. Right, so I think I reckon we get on with this. So yeah, firstly I just want to know, how's everyone doing?
I'm
Could
alright.
be better.
I mean, those two, they're depressed because they support the shit football teams. But me on the other
relegation fodder.
I'm doing fine.
I mean, I support mid-table championship fodder. Could be worse. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I think that's the vibe right now. Could be better, could be worse.
Conspiracy theory: is Alex Neil a football terrorist?
And
I can prove it here right now. Prove it right here, right now. Yes, he literally lost 2-1 to fucking Millwall.
Does he play Alan Brown at right back? Yeah, okay, right. Football terrorist.
Yeah, he plays Alan Brown at right back. Buys a Norwegian Danish striker, and doesn't even bother playing him. He literally brought David Nugent back for a season.
Who's like 406.
Like, the conspiracy theory about him being dead is now going to become a thing. David Nugent's dead. Yeah, no. David Nugent is dead. That is the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, so
he died of a cardiac arrest while training at Leicester, and they brought in an imposter. And now,
if you ask me.
Yeah. See, I was there at Leicester when he did it.
You're the paparazzi in the training ground.
Exactly. I mean, I would have been like 11, but 11, 12, 13, but yeah.
Conspiracy theory: Jack Tucker is a footballer.
Yeah, at Gillingham.
Nice.
Technically true.
Technically true. Jack Tucker is a footballer at Gillingham FC.
On the technicality, yeah, but this one.
One that's talking right fucking now
is definitely football, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a footballer. I play for Leeds United. I mean, you don't get a higher level than that. Anyway. Okay, I think we should get on to I think we should get on to the actual conspiracy theories now. And that conspiracy theory is VAR fixed for the top 6 teams.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Charlie.
No.
Swiftly moving on.
Charlie has had his say already, so it must be true. So yeah, there's that. That conspiracy theory's been stamped. It's now a theorem. I think a theorem is when a theory's been proved. I don't know though.
We should know that because we're academics. However,
Exactly.
we don't.
Daniel Levy's just left the VAR room with his briefcase empty, allegedly.
He wouldn't carry money in a briefcase.
It's about the message.
It was never about the money. It's about the message.
Yeah, because he's terrifying, isn't he? All like 4'9" of Daniel Levy.
That's
bald head.
That's what he is.
Yeah, fucking hell. Like, his bald head is just, you know...
he went into
scary.
that room.
Might add this is all for
around.
comedic relief.
He went, Harry Potter.
Boy who lived.
Harry Kane. Human son. Anyway.
Lee Mason.
Lee Mason's my dad.
That laughing. Do you remember? There's that famous clip of like him. I can't remember what film it is, but he's like laughing, but it's like sounds like a wheeze more like a laugh.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, anyway, I think we should get onto the conspiracy theories. Does anyone want to start us off? We should probably plan this episode a bit better.
Should have.
I think we start with the host. So
no. As the host,
I
think
build to his one.
Because it's literally one that's been disproved. Like, it's been proved wrong.
Then
maybe we
most
should get
conspiracy theories are.
Actually, I think we should get mine out of the way then.
yeah.
Alright, let's go for it.
What if I told you? What if I told you I was about to say something bold and controversial?
I think
I'd be
probably
worried.
true because that's what this episode is about.
Yeah, and you'd be right. Right,
Yes.
my conspiracy theory is quite fucking plain and boring. It's on the crisp, like, sort of flavour spectrum. I'd say it's cheese and onion because it's not quite bland. It's not quite. I'd say Worcester sauce. Worcestershire sauce is quite the. I don't know. You've got ready salted on one end, which is plain and boring, and then you've got, I don't know, on the other end.
To be honest, this might not even have salt on it. It might just be potato that's been fried.
Exactly. Like that's a conspiracy theory in itself.
Does ready salted crisps actually have flavour?
What flavour of crisps should we put as like the spiciest?
Prawn cocktail.
Prawn cocktail? No,
Spicy.
I'd say that's towards the middle.
Mm.
Like spiciest Walker crisps.
Yeah, the Christmas special bag of crisps, which is the Sprout flavour, which never sells and ends up going for 5p in Tesco.
Spiciest Walker crisps. Max Flaming Hot crisps. Okay, that's the spiciest one we're getting on this scale. So, and I'd say cheese and onion is like next to ready salted. I'd say on a crisp scale, it's cheese and onion. Maybe salt and vinegar crisps aren't a thing, are they?
Salt and vinegar. Most boring,
Disrespect to cheese and onion.
Not gonna lie, I'm confused where you're going with this.
What I'm saying
there
is
a conspiracy theory.
There is a conspiracy theory, and it's not whether
it's about crisps.
And it's about crisps. Yeah. I'm joking, but this guy could be burnt like a crisp if this theory was true. But it is quite a bland one. I'm sorry to start this off with quite a bland one. It is whether Paul McCartney is actually fucking dead.
Oh.
Yeah. The Beatles. I'm joking, not the Beatles. He is from the Beatles, but the singer known for 4 or 5 seconds, featuring Rihanna and the god above, no, like the god amongst the men. That is Kanye West.
Lord.
He didn't actually do that song. That is just an imposter of Paul McCartney. And what if I told you that now?
Well,
I'd say, where's your evidence?
And I'll get onto that, but I want to drag this out. So I'm gonna get onto this whole sort of theory now. using the Rolling Stone, I'm using the Rolling Stones article, which is written by Rob Sheffield. I'm saying all this to protect my ass, just in case, because if I technically quote something word for word, it could be seen as a copy. It could be seen as copyright.
We've already had Joe Weller discussed in,
and as I study sports journalism and I do law, so I've gone through this. So I'm just saying this now as a disclaimer. So we hopefully big old Rob Sheffield lets us off. He's a contributing editor for the Rolling Stone. But anyway, not 50 years ago, because I don't know when this was written. This was written in 2009, so 52 years ago, a Detroit DJ accidentally started the biggest hoax in rock and roll history. And that was Paul McCartney is dead. It started on October 12th, 1969, when Russ Gibb was hosting his show WKNR, or as Wanker as I first read it. A mysterious caller told him to put on the Beatles' White Album and spin the number 9 intro for Revolution 9, which I believe is on the White Album or Revolver. I don't know. Revolution 9. Let me just search this up. It's on the White Album, which is a pretty weird album. Basically, when it was spun and the intro, it's basically said "Turn me on, dead man."
Oh wow!
Right.
Undeniable evidence.
Undeniable evidence. Paul McCartney's dead. Bang, sorted. We can move on to the next one. I'm joking. Right, the clues kept coming. At the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John says, "I buried Paul."
Does he?
He does, apparently. I mean, I did watch a Rolling Stones video about it, actually. So yeah. So that was pretty crazy. Let me just try and go through more evidence I've got. But yeah. So basically, because John Lennon said, he buried Paul. This we are talking about a band who literally wrote an album whilst off their fucking tits, right?
Why didn't even off their tits? The tits weren't there
anymore. The tits didn't exist. They went into another dimension.
They were on the astroplane.
Exactly, they were on another level, and apparently this meant that Beatles were hiding a secret, and that Paul McCartney got killed in a car crash back in 1966. Did he see England win the World Cup? We don't know. But the theory is that they replaced him with an imposter. And this apparently, because obviously with the Beatles fan base, it spread like wildfire. As fans searched for more clues, and they searched more of their albums. And obviously, there's still some people that believe this today, although very few, because Paul McCartney is well and truly alive. Anyway, let me try and find my more evidence, because I did have it somewhere.
While you find that, I have another conspiracy that's linked to this, right?
Go on.
John Lennon's still alive.
Oh.
Don't want to sound dumb. Who's John Lennon?
Fuck me.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I'm not really up to date with old music. Not gonna lie.
Up to date? It was 20 years ago.
Wait, what's this? What did he say?
Who's John Lennon?
You don't know who John Lennon? What? Right.
We've just done.
Here's another conspiracy.
The Beatles.
Right. Sorry. Right. Here's another conspiracy theory. Codie isn't actually real. He doesn't exist.
He's a FIFA myth.
Right.
Can't be true.
Right.
See, if it wasn't true, you just outright deny it.
Okay. Another evidence that links to this is in the interlude between Tired and oh god, what was the song? Oh god, Tired and I'm So Tired and Blackbird. On the interlude between those songs, it says Paul is dead, miss him. Right?
Oh, wow.
Isn't it played backwards or something? I swear I heard.
Yeah, it's played backwards. It's played backwards. And then obviously, apparently, because obviously the White Album was a very strange album. Strawberry Fields Forever. Said I buried Paul. Now I'm going to blow your mind, right, with the evidence, with how this gets disproved. Does anyone want to guess what was actually said instead of I buried Paul?
Probably a bunch of because it's played backwards.
Paul's still alive.
No. What does he actually say? No, because apparently in the song Strawberry Fields Forever, it's not played backwards. So apparently,
he just explicitly says it.
Yeah, apparently he says I buried Paul. But what does he actually say?
I'm Greg Paul.
No. Go on.
Hello, welcome to Take Me Out. That's what he said. Just in the middle of the song.
No. I'm gonna blow your mind. Cranberry sauce.
Strawberry Fields Forever.
Right. Basically.
He's alive, basically.
The White Album, basically, we can't take any of that for fact because that album was basically written well. Their tits weren't even on their bodies. So, and they were like high on shrooms and all that. So we can't really take that.
A lot of hash.
Yeah. Right, but the Abbey Road poster.
Oh, here we go.
This is the nitty gritty stuff. This is
The creme.
I feel like they played into the theory for this one, and it's actually quite incredible because you see that the infamous Abbey Road poster.
Yeah.
The album cover has them walking across Abbey Road.
Where one of them's got a fag and there's a car.
Whoa, is that homophobic abuse I heard?
Yes.
Whoa. No conspiracy theory is that Luke Richards is actually a homophobe. Luke Richards? Luke. I mean...
I've got a confession to make, everyone.
Go on.
What?
What?
What? What's your confession? Go on, what's your confession?
I've been dead the past 10 years.
Oh, no.
I should have known it was in your song lyrics.
I was dead.
Right.
Was it when I said, "Yo, I've been dead for 10 years"? Backwards. You were
You
like,
never
"Oh
know,
shit!"
And it actually turns out you
dead.
said, and it turns out when you play it, it says, "I like toast."
Whoa. Let's put some respect on toast.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, can I get onto this? Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the members are walking across the street. Right. Notice how they're all dressed. Right. Can you all get the poster up or the cover up? Notice how they're all dressed.
I can see it. Yeah.
Right. Basically, you got John at the front wearing white. He is the man that orchestrates the funeral.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ringo, the man with the very big nose, second in line, is in all black.
Yep.
Yes.
He is the Undertaker.
Okay.
Look at George Harrison at the back in all jeans. He is the Gravedigger. And if you look at Paul McCartney,
he's not wearing any shoes.
He's not wearing any shoes, which is apparently a sign of some. It's apparently a sign in Sicily to do with the dead.
Yeah, I think they're reaching there. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
and you also looked at how. Have you looked how he's also out of like? Look at his feet compared to the others.
They're hairy.
Yeah, they are. They're very hairy.
They don't have shoes on.
Exactly.
He's actually a hobbit.
He's also dressed in all black because he goes into the coffin.
Only me who actually thinks he looks the scruffiest as well.
Yeah, he does. It's probably because he's got no shoes on.
Yeah.
Some about the cigarette as well, because of the fact that it's pointing down, also means something. I forgot what it meant.
Yeah, he's putting the button.
He had a spliff before he died.
Still a bit of a reach, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Jack Harrison put him in a spliff.
My thing is, the only
Jack
problem is
Harrison.
with this theory is the fact that it's...
Wait, I'm about to blow your mind.
Alright.
There is a car on the left.
See, it's a beetle.
Read its number plate.
It is
LMV 2815.
No, it's LWW, I think, 28 if. 28 if.
Okay.
28 if he was still alive. He would have been 27. He would have been 27 when this rumor came out, and if he was still alive by the time maybe Road came out, he would have been 28. Right?
Oh, he's 27 till he's 28.
That's spooky.
Isn't the 27 club a thing? Is it the 27 club?
I think it is. I should know.
Isn't it the 21 club?
The 27 club. Celebrities that have died at 27.
At 27.
Which
yeah.
features Kurt
Jimmy
Cobain,
Hendrix,
Amy
Brian
Winehouse,
Jones,
Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. Yeah, they would have all. He would have been part of that.
But he's not.
But he's not because he's still alive. Apparently. So yeah, the way we can disprove this is that look at Paul McCartney. Search him up. Look at his Spotify, Facebook, Twitter. If you have social media, you probably even met him in real life. He's still fully. Have you?
No.
Oh, well, he's still fully alive. And
maybe we have to get him on the podcast to prove it.
Yeah, exactly. John Lennon did say that this was the stupidest. Yeah, he said the stupidest.
And then he was killed and silenced.
The stupidest rumor I've ever heard. And apparently there are rumors that they played into that theory in Abbey Road, which I think is just top shithousery. So the conclusion of this is, I was very lazy when looking this one up.
Yeah.
And I chose one that got disproved. And I'm now going to pass it on to... Who do I give it to? Ooh.
Oh, it's like primary school again. Should we get the ball out?
Should we get the ball out? You know what? I'm going to get a spinny wheel.
Yeah, get a spinny wheel up. Oh, anyway. On that topic of that, I feel like it's one of those things where you have to, it's got basically no evidence whatsoever, and also you got to feel sorry for the guy that it's about, because imagine being Paul McCartney and everyone just looks at you and thinks, hang on a minute.
Dead.
Is he actually still alive?
Yes, he's still alive.
Oh, I thought he died at 26.
Nah, he's still fully alive. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, he could actually be dead, you know.
I feel like it's one of those. If he actually died at 26, like the 27 if thing, that like has some creditation to it.
Yeah, I know. That makes me think that they played into it.
Oh,
like there's no way they did not play into it there, because like look how
cheeky, aren't they?
Yeah, they were like the sort of people to shit house.
They were the biggest band in the world. Like, weren't they the first band to do a world tour? That's how big they were.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'd fuck with people.
Exactly.
Yes! Yes!
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, it's offside! Shit! My apologies.
Well, keep that in.
I'm leaving that in. Alright, I've got the spinny wheel.
Sorry,
who's it going to be?
I don't know. Maybe we should place our bets. Codie, please, never do that again.
Codie, you are up.
Oh, is it me?
Yep, it's your turn.
Alright, so my conspiracy. There was a few I was looking at. So one of my first ones was that the CIA invented AIDS and passed it around.
What the fuck?
I know, crazy. But the one I want to talk about really, purely because it was very popular during the early stages of it, was coronavirus and 5G.
Okay.
Now we all know since it's been disproven or has very little evidence for it.
I don't think it needed to be disproven. I'll be honest.
But common sense prevailed and said that it was fake. But something I want to talk about was the fact that when in the early stages of COVID, when realistically no one knew what was happening, there was all these like Illuminati like conspiracy theories that come out. Things like videos in China playing an impact on like your credit score in China. You know, the bat theory. But the 5G towers that suddenly.
I'm sorry, credit score. What is this fucking Experian or something?
No. This is a real thing.
Have you been missold PPI?
Let's have some detail here.
in China.
All you got to do is get in touch.
In China, there's like citizens are rated due to their credit score.
Yeah.
So say if they like commit a crime and all, they'll go down, and it's mad. There's like a role model person who's like doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, and has no kids or something like that. It's stupid.
That's a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Season 4.
But
yeah.
The 5G towers, invention of 5G, one of the
is that the one with Miley Cyrus?
No.
What's the difference of like 5G and 4G? Like, is there anything
faster.
like?
It's faster and causes COVID, even though it's non-ionizing radiation.
Side effects COVID-19.
The birds falling down.
Go on, Codie. Chat more shit.
I mean, it's Waffle for a reason. But
exactly.
5G and COVID. I think we can, from personal experience, we still don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's be honest. But just COVID-19 and 5G towers. What did you all think of it?
5 years time, can you imagine that it's actually like true? Like 5G actually caused it, and then people just listening to this in like 2027, laughing at us.
Knobheads.
Called it.
You lot thought you were getting faster internet speeds. Well, you're all actually slowly dying. Like, that is so stupid, though. I don't believe that one bit.
At least one of us will be dead by then, so.
What, 2026?
2022?
2022? Oh, Jesus.
What did you say? Dead by when?
Oh, 2026 was mentioned.
I know.
I believe. Sometime in the future, at a point in which people can be watching this podcast. Yeah, I guess so. There's a VOD version of it, isn't there? Let's go with it. Be watching this or listening to it and be like, look at these dickheads. But we're all dying. But one of us will be dead by then.
Oh yeah.
That's another conspiracy.
That'll be another conspiracy in itself.
And why is it Ed?
You know,
I'll give you a reason. He's not fucking here, is he?
Yeah, he's not here because he could be dead already.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was meant to do the podcast today, and he's at the shops with his mum and dad, and he told us to do the podcast without him. So you know what?
Could be held hostage.
Yeah, could be held hostage. ISIS could be in his house. Could have another Marina Joyce on our hands here. Like, what's all that about?
He'll be sending us a video later with weird hand signals.
Exactly.
Looking away from his camera.
Looking away from his camera, advertising like a dress.
Yeah,
I got this. Yeah, he's got a dress on. He's definitely cross-dressing.
He does that anyway.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the surprise, but
yeah, that's something we don't need to prove because it's just. I mean, it's Eddie. We all love him, but he doesn't need to hide the fact that he cross-dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
just come out. It'll be fine.
It's fine. Like, we're not homophobic, except Luke.
Except me.
Except Luke. We don't mind you cross-dressing.
Just gay people. Everyone else, bi, trans, cross-dressers, that's all fine.
It's all fine. But if you come across Luke, then you're in trouble.
I might have sex with you.
Oh.
With consent?
Conspiracy?
Hopefully.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Can't be having a case on our hands here.
It's the homophobic bit, not a bigger case.
Right. Can you elaborate further on your conspiracy theory, or do you want to elaborate? Go on to another one.
Well, it's people need to just stop believing in rumors. There you go.
So
it's not a rumor, Codie.
Well done, Codie.
So you've basically gone and found a conspiracy theory that isn't true at all, and you just gone, 5 minutes of just explaining this shite, and then, I don't have to. I don't have to contribute another fucking conspiracy theory for the rest.
Basically, what Piers Morgan does on Good Morning Britain.
Exactly.
Get me 1 million followers. Sorted.
It's a bad mouth.
What was the other one you had?
Oh yeah, the CIA and AIDS.
Go on.
So I actually did a little bit more research into this one.
Oh,
so
thank God.
In 1981, the surge of cases of HIV/AIDS came about, and one of the.
Can I just stop you a sec? I want you to be quite careful with this.
I am very careful.
It could come across very insensitive at some points.
Allegedly, we'll just say.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
So allegedly, it was introduced. It was made by the CIA, and it was used to wipe out targeting certain areas of society. Now, I hope to God, and I think common sense can tell us that it's just a random mutation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm thinking swiftly moving on.
What specific areas of society were they targeting?
So it was.
I mean, I know, but
African American, I want to say.
African American, yeah.
Minorities, basically.
Minorities.
Yeah.
I'd probably homosexuals as well, because it was described as the gay disease.
For whatever reason.
It's giving me Donald Trump vibes now.
It was only called that because it was I wouldn't say popular is the word, but it spreaded faster amongst homosexuals because of obviously unprotected
naughty S word.
Yeah, of unprotected sex, even though I think it spreaded just as quick amongst heterosexuals. I mean, obviously, when it comes to AIDS, we've had famous people die from it. We've had Keith Haring, the artist, Freddie Mercury. I mean, I can't believe that name didn't come into my head first. But I mean, yeah.
Is it Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
He's not dead yet.
I mean, I think he'll last quite a while because there's medication and there's now pretty much a cure on the way because they've pretty much cracked that now, which is good. But obviously, if you got is it Magic Johnson as well? I don't think it's Magic Johnson, is it? It's a basketball player. Hold on, let me. Basketball player with. This is gonna look weird on my search history.
I mean,
Magic Johnson. Yeah, Magic Johnson. Yeah, he's got HIV as well. I mean, was it created by CIA though?
It was it was actually first detected in chimps in the 1920s, and the first known case of HIV-1 infection was taken from a human sample in 1959 in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
That's mad.
So
it's been around, but how the fuck did it manage to get over to America?
They're shagging monkeys.
Well,
I mean, that is pretty weird. That is pretty weird if someone in Africa did shag a fucking monkey.
Well, so the most commonly accepted theory is that in DR Congo, someone killed the chimp who was carrying the disease and ate it because carnivorism was still popular in the 1920s.
I think it's probably more. I don't want to come across as insensitive here,
Yeah,
but it's probably the type of person.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know
Yeah.
if this was like a tribesman
Mm.
or if it was someone who was quite fucking weird. And they fancied it's like it's like the theory that someone scranned a bat in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did this person just scran a fucking monkey and developed AIDS? Like, what is that about?
Basically, patient 0 for AIDS was mental.
I mean, it's basically the hardcore version of the COVID patient 0.
what we're saying, like it's 99% sure that it's not true. Like, it's made up by someone. Like, the CIA ain't going around spreading AIDS.
I mean, yeah,
realistically.
you can't make a disease, because you can't make a disease and spread it amongst your people, because firstly, that's literal genocide. And
Yeah.
secondly, it's
More than genocide.
it's fucking more than genocide. It's inhumane. It's, oh my god, it's basically, it's not only is it genocide, it's fucking terrorism. It's biological warfare. It's all sorts. It falls into so many categories. Like, why would you? I mean, it's like.
I think
Go on.
the worst part about it though is that you're saying the CIA spreading it in 1981, but it was first detected in 1959. There's what, a 22 year gap there?
Yeah, what happened there?
Ooh.
Yeah. So in the 22 years, unless the CIA have managed to hide it from the world, which I no disrespect to the CIA, I don't think they did.
Mm.
But I just think that there's a lot of flaws to it, and I just don't see why.
I mean, yeah, in 1959, I mean, air travel was a thing, but was it like on the high? It was limited. So
it was an elite
and I don't.
thing.
It was an upper class thing, and obviously with again, no disrespect to the Democratic Republic of Congo, but who'd go there? Like, who would?
Yeah.
I don't think any upper class people are gonna go to the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Well,
go on.
Oh.
So, this is film studies GCSE, so thank you. But
Get in.
I know, right? There was a lot of interest in what was known as the Dark Continent at the time. This was Africa, and because commercial flying was so like expensive and only made for the rich, and most people would love to go to Europe or America, there was a lot of interest in the Dark Continent because it's so unexplored and so like.
Oh, right, okay.
And so that is what there's some people who might go over there, but it baffles me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It does make sense. Because, like, that sort of central part of Africa is mainly jungle and grassy terrain. And, that would make sense that it is pretty much unexplored because it's hard to explore.
And apparently full of animals you can have sex with.
Yeah, apparently. So there's no way some upper class people have gone. Actually, no, what I'm going to say could come across very bad. No.
Well, I think you should say it anyway.
Oof.
I mean, to reiterate, at the end of the day, everything we're saying isn't fact. It's just theories.
Speculation.
It's formed in the holy book of the Tinfoil Hat Society.
Exactly.
Apart from my theory, which is 100% true. We'll get to that.
Okay, so to conclude on that one, on whether the CIA created AIDS,
I think we can give that a firm ready salted.
Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel again. It's between Charlie and Luke, and it's going to be Luke.
Oh, hey, nice. Well, boy, do I have an exciting piece of information for you. Now, have you ever been all heard of the continent of Oceania?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limit. Yes.
Or, in recent times, Australasia?
Yeah.
Well, can you name some of the countries there?
New Zealand, the Seychelles, Fiji, Cook Islands, Tahiti,
Australia,
Micronesia.
That's why you're wrong.
Oh.
Because Australia doesn't exist.
Oh, really?
It's
not
good.
there.
It's a good thing that I've named everything but Australia in it.
It's almost like we discussed the conspiracy theories pre the recording of the podcast.
I know, right?
And now we're doing a bit. Anyway, here's my proof.
I'm looking at
this
the map
woman
now.
is literally convinced that Australia, aka us, as I'm reading from hit.com, never heard of them, doesn't exist. So it's just some random woman, and there's a picture of Rebel Wilson, who obviously is an actor, but not that kind of actor. She's an actor pretending that Australia is real.
Ooh.
Which is a fantastic cover. Anyway, Shelley Floyd says Australia is not real, it's a hoax. Thoughts?
What's the evidence for this? What's the evidence?
Doesn't really give anything.
It's just a statement. Oh, it doesn't exist.
She says Australia does not exist again. All the things you call proof are actually well-fabricated lies and documents made by the leading governments of the world. Your Australian friends, they're all actors and computer-generated personas, part
Sounds
of the
about right.
to trick us, the world.
It's just a fucking version of Cyberpunk that's not full of bugs. Oh my.
I mean, Australia is full of bugs.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of them, and they will kill you.
They will fucking kill you.
Which,
and they
for that reason, I hope Australia isn't real, because some of the stuff up there shouldn't go down.
There's a fucking tarantula chilling in your sink, and it's just like, yo. And you're just like, why did I bother coming to this country? I mean, there was literally raining spider webs, and I'm thinking, like, this country doesn't exist, and now I don't want to believe it exists. And it's just like, what the fuck? Oh, my book's on my desk fell.
So she goes on to, put forward some further proof, which isn't really proof. She's just, it's conjecture. The whole thing is conjecture. She says that the pilots are in on it. They're all actors. The only way to explain the drunken behavior in Australia, and I'm paraphrasing, in fact, says to be doing all these swear words and actions based on alcoholism is the cause of MDMA that you're given on the plane.
Fucking hell. Oh, you know what?
It all comes from the British going over there and throwing all, the people we didn't want, all the criminals. And now it's a cover-up by saying Australia is a country.
Yeah.
It's, I don't really know what to say, because I've seen pictures of Australia.
Oh, you never know, that could be photoshopped.
It could be photoshopped.
I'm looking at the
So could I. I'm not real.
I'm looking at the world map. I'm just seeing a big hole in the.
You're not real and you're dead. Wow.
Shit.
All I'm seeing is Papua New Guinea.
I'm just saying New Zealand.
To tell the truth, stand up for what is right. So she's telling us we have to go on a march. We're not allowed to wear any masks. We're going to go to Manchester City Centre. We're going to march against Australia.
March against something that doesn't exist.
And just Boris makes an announcement. We are just owning Australia as we believe it is no longer a legitimate country.
Yeah.
I've actually got quite an interesting conspiracy theory because it just comes to my head now, but I'm going to do that at the end.
Cool.
If you've played Call of Duty Cold War, you'll probably know about this. But
oh dear.
No. It's actually quite interesting.
I want a blue passport. A nice blue passport.
Oh, I've got one.
Blue.
Done with my theory.
Right, you're done with your theory.
I am indeed.
Should we review the theory?
Yeah. It's undeniable evidence and proof that Australia is real.
Oh yeah.
Not real. Not real. It's not real.
It's not real. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I think
Daniel.
I think with what we've seen of Australia, it's just a fugazi. It's a game. It's a projection. It's a hologram.
Here's Matthew McConaughey.
It's actually kind of funny that because Australia, all of their major cities are on the coast. Like, and there's literally nothing in like the middle except a few rocks and that landmark that I can't really think of the name of.
So
Oh, the one in the center, the big rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Westworld?
Westworld.
Australia Rock. No, it's called Ayers Rock, I think.
Something like that.
Ayers Rock.
Yeah.
And it's quite big.
So
And
My
they've banned people from climbing on it. I wonder why. 'Cause it doesn't exist. It's a hologram. Because you
It's
can't
not
climb it.
real.
You
It's
can't.
like the force field in One Division. It's not real.
you go to Australia, RTX on.
The Great Barrier Reef, though, that's literally beside it, isn't it? You know, there's a reason why that died.
When you're on the plane, they plug in a graphics card into your head. After giving you some MDMA.
And the buzzing when Nvidia releases a new graphics card. There's a new RTX 3080 out. Fuck me, Australia's gonna look more believable.
If you get on top of Air Rocks, you hear the remastered version of Hesky Time.
Featuring Craig David.
Featuring Craig David.
David.
Craig David! Ooh! Damn, I hit some high notes there.
Well done.
Remember
Tucker
when you got told that
Is it really love? Is it on in my mind? It's in the southern part of the Northern Territory, there's a rock. Oh, my brother is texting me.
I've got a text.
I've got a text.
I got a text. There's a new season of Love Island.
Why?
Love Island.
Can you just talk amongst yourselves a sec?
Love Island Australia? What's that?
Love Island New Zealand, mate.
It's a ploy to fool us into thinking that there's attractive people in Australia. So we'll try and go, and then we'll be brainwashed
I had to just tell my mum something.
Say hi for
Charlie, onto yours, mate.
Well, I was gonna also add like another thing onto that. Your amazingly well crafted Australian theory.
It's impenetrable.
Yeah, but one flaw I must pick with it, even though the mountains of evidence is just overwhelming. What if you move to Australia? What happens then?
Moving to the sea, right?
You get taken to New Zealand. Obviously.
If there's Australian people, where do they come from? Like, is it like the Truman Show? You just go to a place where everyone's just like.
Yeah,
weird?
they're actors. They're all in it. You get taken to the to a secret silo, a secret military office. Office? No, just a resort. And there's actors everywhere. Rebel Wilson's there doing a non-funny like I'm fat and Australian thing, and then then you're convinced that you're in Australia, and then they just send you back. Brainwashed.
Or every Australian, quote unquote, just believes the theory that Australia are real when it's not.
Yeah.
So to be
Which
edgy
clearly means it's not real.
Yeah, clearly means.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo in real life? No, you haven't. It's not real.
Ooh, that
True,
sort of gives
true.
good leeway into my theory. Well, obviously this isn't my theory. I haven't designed this,
Okay,
but I may
Charlie,
get parts wrong.
go
I may
ahead.
get parts wrong because I'm reading off iPhone notes. So if anyone moans at me and says none of it happened, it didn't, because none of it is real. It is a theory. But here we go. Right. So apparently, actually no. I'll start off with a question. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
I have never seen a baby pigeon.
I've never seen a baby pigeon.
Can't say I've seen one.
All right. This theory leads into one made up by apparently a US college student, so you know it's true. And it basically states that the US government in the United States of America have utilized pigeons as drones to spy on people in their everyday lives.
Oh wow.
Oh.
They've been able to do this by sweeping up a team of Boeing engineers.
Engineers.
Hang on, it's spelt wrong here. Okay, anyway, Boeing engineers to make a drone called the Turkey X500.
What
That name.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's what I had for Christmas dinner.
Yeah, go on.
So anyway, it's sort of like a way of, you know how you have your classic theory of the government is taking your information and spying on you.
Yeah.
It's probably
the
it's
NSA and all.
it's that, but adapted into bird form, basically.
Poultry version.
Can I give you an interesting fact about pigeons?
Go on then.
Did you know ISIS banned pigeon genitals?
Huh?
Banned them from
How-
what? Just banned them.
No. Wait, no, they banned pigeon breeding.
In fact, we should take a few lessons from
'Cause
ISIS there.
Because apparently pigeons' genitals are actually offensive to Islam, and it's kind of weird when ISIS tried to claim they're Islamic when they'll actually trace their faith. But that's a whole different story.
We didn't rate my theory on the crisp scale.
Oh, your theory on the crisp scale?
Yeah.
Simply because it's Australia, spicy.
So
Anyway.
Waffle die down under.
Go on. Go on, Charlie.
So okay. Apparently, this was it, and it's even spread a bit into the mainstream now, to the point where in a Chicago newspaper box, there was a poster saying, "Birds aren't real. Wake up, Chicago." So, what do you think of that?
Well, I've hit a pigeon with a football before, and I think it died. So I'm inclined to say birds are real.
They're just so annoying, aren't they? And I made one walk into a door once.
Well, Luke, I guess you could say you've got a proper bird's eye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to
all in favour of kicking Codie at the call, say aye.
See ya, Codie. Bye.
Okay, anyway, go on.
He's just been shot out of the airlock. Anyway, so yeah, birds aren't real. There we go. Birds aren't real. They are robots. They are drones, and they are spying on you in your everyday life.
Come on,
So
can you elaborate a bit more on this? Because I know about this theory. There's a lot more detail.
It does go quite very. The problem is, it's sort of like a rabbit hole theory. You know what that? You know, basically, what you'll read about it, but then you'll keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And then it's
So you
just
start off with a bird's eye view, and then you start.
and then it slowly devolves into all birds aren't real.
Yeah. So the theory, I can elaborate. Can you elaborate more, or do you want me to elaborate? Because I found some more.
You found some more on it. I mean, please do so, because this article that I'm reading just has a lot of mistakes.
The US government genocided birds from 1959 to 2001 by releasing a virus to kill them off. Now the movement says...
What is it with the American government and viruses?
I know. Does everyone think they're just genocidal dictators? Like, what is it about? I don't get it. I mean, there could be some dodgy stuff going on, but the birds have been replaced with surveillance drone replicas that watch us every day. In their estimate, the government killed over 12 billion birds and replaced them with robotic replicas. The fictional history of the movement is that it started in the 1970s to make everyone aware of the atrocity and prevent the mass killing of the birds. Unfortunately, we're not successful. Now they intend to make everyone aware of this fact. The movement is so well...
come up with this, like people who've read George Orwell's 1984 and thought it was real.
Oh my god! I mean that is pretty much a handbook of what's going on today. If we're being honest, the website claims the CIA took out 12 billion feathered fugitives because directors within the organizations were annoyed that birds have been pooping.
So they've incriminated birds
because they've
released AIDS on them, killed them, and then replaced them with robots.
Yeah, apparently. And there's even like a fashion brand called Birds Aren't Real, and they sell clothing. I know about this because they've actually got some pretty cool shit.
Are you telling me that he literally made up a government like spy theory just to promote his merch?
Yeah, like it's so funny. I've even seen this before, and it's like It's so cool. Like
It's
they're
in
the
Extinction Rebellion territory, isn't it? Where you're like, I mean, sure,
Yeah.
let's go with it.
apparently it was actually something to do with like Reagan killing them as well. Like Reagan was the man who authorized this, even though it said it was in 1959 and he was a president in the 80s.
Yeah, and that's when he came up with the whole like Star Wars thing, where he was saying like, USSR, be aware because we have laser weapons, and they actually fell for it.
Yeah.
America have controversial prime minister.
Yeah,
not prime minister.
basically it spawned the whole that the birds work for the bourgeoisie. Which,
Oh,
oh god,
Slavic pigeons.
it reignited on TikTok. Basically,
has it?
yeah, it was
I
like reignited on TikTok recently. Kendrick Smith, a 23-year-old filmmaker and comedian who runs his own production company out of Columbia, Missouri, basically saying all the birds died in 1980 due to Reagan killing them all. The birds work for the bourgeoisie, or something along those lines.
They died for Paul McCartney.
Well,
Like,
well, it's
yeah, they work for like Paul McCartney's just like a pigeon god.
Wouldn't the ironic thing in that be that the bourgeoisie wasn't like that, the middle class?
The bourgeoisie are the middle class, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like, and it's this sort of idea that the middle class and upper class sort of run the world, sort of run society, and it's like, yeah, it's mental. It's fucking mental.
There's another one actually that this was going to be my second one because I've got two little ones really. I haven't got like a massive like deep intertwining one, but this also delves more into like the spying aspect of like, them watching you in your everyday life. This was one that was a bit more silly than, I mean, let's be honest, robot birds are probably silly, but this one is even worse.
Before you get to that, here's something topical. I was about to say, have you ever seen a pigeon in Australia?
Oh, now that.
So I googled pigeons in Australia just so I didn't look like a dickhead. And then it came up with January 14th on the BBC 2021. Australia to kill US pigeon that crossed the Pacific. Now, why are they doing that?
It's from this year. What?
Wait, my question is, how would
the pigeon that travelled across the Pacific Ocean is to be put down? What the fuck? Because it breached COVID rules.
My question is, how did they identify that was an American pigeon?
I don't know.
Quite clearly it's quite clearly a fucking American pigeon, mate.
It was fat.
Imagine flying all that way. Flying all that way, all those days, just to get shot by a musket.
Because, yeah, that's far.
Yeah.
Like, let's not beat around the bush here. That's far.
Yeah.
And even if it was from Guam, which is US territory, that's still far. Like, from Guam to Australia. Like, that is ridiculous. How is it
9,437 miles?
I mean, if you ask me, bats and pigeons, basically the same.
Yeah. That pigeon got there and he's like, fuck me, I am knackered. I could really use a rest. And then the
Australian government are just around you.
Alright.
What the fuck are you, mate? What the fuck are you, mate? I'm a pigeon, man. No, you're fucking not. You're a fucking demon.
The pigeon
and we're not even fucking real.
Called Chad or like Bart.
Anyway, here's where the spying insanity gets even worse. It's something I actually saw on Twitter the other day, but I thought I'd bring it back up again because it at the time, 2014, this was quite a popular little like online myth.
Oh God.
Have you ever played the game Talking Tom?
Yeah.
Yes, I know where you're going with this.
I feel like I know where you're going.
Basically, obviously on Facebook, because where else it would always be on Facebook. A popular like little theory or myth was made up on around February 2014, I think. Yeah, February 2014, and it basically stated that the cat that you talk to, the cat that either chat up or just insult, if you zoom into its eyes, you can see the outline of what appears to be a person in the eyes, and people don't know what screen reflection is, so then they looked at that, obviously either photoshopped it or screenshotted themselves on a screen, and is using that as a way of going, look, the FBI are spying on you via the App Store.
Jesus Christ.
I remember that, but I don't remember it being as the FBI, because I remember all the, those kind of, the girls that are now Fiat 500 Twitter, those girls at school being like, oh, it's a pedo looking at you. Because it's like a man in a room.
It's just Prince Andrew.
Yeah, like I said before, like I'm probably going to get some parts of this wrong, because at the end of the day,
Let's make it assassinated.
Yeah.
None of it happened, really. But there's all sorts of different variations. There's some saying it's someone from the FBI. There's another saying that it's a pedo. Others saying that it's literally the creators of the game, so they can like use it to data. Because obviously the game, they said it's like another way of collecting cookies. So they spy on you and then collect what you say and then put that back into the AI. So it gives it more realistic response. So there's so many different variations to this story. Yeah, it's a bit wild. None of it makes any sense, but
the people that are also saying this are going on Facebook and saying it. The super spy of spies.
I know, yeah. Facebook that literally sold data to fucking China. Was it China?
Is it China or Russia? It was one of them, wasn't it?
Nice job, team.
Hold on, let me search this up because that's actually an interesting point. Facebook's selling data. Who was it they sold it to? Personal friends of Zuckerberg.
Oh, yeah, the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. It first surfaced in 2013, but then it started gaining more interest in 2014. For whatever reason, there was a spike. 2013. I think it was just, it's one of those things where do you remember, was it Mojo?
Momo.
The one with like saying like, oh, it tells your children to basically kill themselves, basically. Even though that was never a thing.
Jack, you might know this because you did media as well. This is what you would call an urban myth.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere and there's absolutely no truth to it whatsoever. But because it goes into panic mode and it goes through the nice cycle of something happens, shock, horror, try and fix it, forget about it.
It's sort of similar to creepypastas in the sense of it's an online story that's told over time, like an urban legend, but then eventually the wrong type of people either sensationalize it and make it seem like it's more true than it actually is, or people actually take it for real. To say, like, the Slender Man case a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, with the girls who killed their friend or something like that.
Yeah, there was. I think it was something like that. But anyway, the whole talking Angela theory is basically it's probably the most innocent you can get in terms of these online theories, like that and that alone.
Oh yeah,
a pedo looking at you, like, and that's the most innocent.
Through your screen, he's not even looking through your camera. He's just looking through your screen.
He's just staring at you like, "Hello, Jimmy."
Oh my god!
Who calls their kid Jimmy?
I don't know.
You know how we were on about Facebook? Like this ain't really a conspiracy theory, but like
because it happened.
Like no. Like Mark Zuckerberg is like a lizard and all that. I'm not gonna say that one, but
because it's true. It's not.
You know how Facebook started up?
How?
It was basically a fucking way for Mark Zuckerberg to be an absolute creep.
Oh yeah.
He wanted to use it as a platform to contact girls and all that.
Yeah.
He basically started. He is a bit of a creep.
Nice job, team.
Like, have you watched? Was it The Social Network?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Like that basically goes. That is really good. Like that basically goes on about like the development of Facebook, and like it's basically what Mark Zuckerberg wanted it to be. It was basically what Snapchat was meant to be. Like,
is it basically like a dating app, like originally like a dating page.
A dating app,
Yeah.
yeah, but Mark Zuckerberg wanted to be a bit creepy towards girls on it.
Oh.
So he
He's
thought,
a
obviously,
weird bloke, isn't he?
he's a very weird bloke. But I mean, there's some Facebook deals going out the window. I mean, not like I use it anymore.
No.
Just
I
to say,
don't
is
think
this all
Facebook would
proven?
sponsor
Is this
this.
all proven, or is this delving into the stem of theory still?
Oh, no. Mark Zuckerberg did, yeah. I think it was anyway.
Oh.
I'll find some.
I think one thing we could safely say our
true, yeah.
one thing we could safely say our podcast is doing is spiraling out of control in terms of its with the direction it goes.
Perfect to the name.
Yeah,
However, one thing I didn't know about the data, the scandal, the Cambridge Analytica data scandal, was that apparently the information about the data misuse disclosed 2018. That's not the right bit. It had some effect on an American election, basically.
Ooh,
which is bad.
Trump hacking again.
Yeah, I found it here. Like, Mark Zuckerberg did testify before Congress that he really did make Facebook to rate and rank women.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, he's a fucking creep.
He said X for rates.
He went X for rates, yeah. I mean, Snapchat was supposed to be created as like this sort of sex app, wasn't it? I think.
I mean, YouTube was a
dating app. It pretty much
originally.
Fucking is at this point.
YouTube was a dating app originally.
Was it?
It was originally conceived to be a dating page, and then it evolved into just a video sharing platform. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like something gets made up on the internet, it picks up traction, becomes really famous, then people clickbait it, and then it dies down.
Yeah,
that's that. I feel like that's the cycle. Like, talking Angela theory has just. I mean, you hardly hear about it anymore, so obviously it wasn't real. And
here's one thing you do hear about. Ted Cruz. He's the Zodiac killer.
Did he eat someone's son? Is it that theory?
Is he actually dead?
The Zodiac killer, yeah.
He's the Zodiac killer.
Yeah. It's
He's actually
undeniable
dead.
proof. Have you looked at the sketch of the Zodiac killer and then Ted Cruz?
No, I haven't. Let me have a look.
I'll just search Ted Cruz Zodiac killer.
This is now the improvising stage of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
No way.
It's uncanny, isn't it? Like,
it is kind of uncanny.
He's not the Zodiac killer in quotation marks, but allegedly he's the Zodiac killer. But he's not.
He also apparently ate someone's son, so
which would incriminate him anyway.
Yeah. Ted Cruz, because there was a Twitter account that used to follow me called Ted Cruz Ate My Son. And there's literal stickers of Ted Cruz Ate My Son. And it's so good. There's even fridge magnets and everything.
They did that for the bird theory as well.
Yeah.
What is it with these conspiracy theorists and their bloody stickers?
Capitalizing on it.
Birds aren't real.
They're so anti-capital. They're so anti-capitalism, but they'll capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get on to my more serious one?
Serious?
Yeah.
Is this our last one?
Yeah. This will be the last one. Have you guys played Call of Duty Cold War? You have.
I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you played the campaign?
No.
I haven't touched it.
Okay, well, this is going to be some fucking spoiler, isn't it?
Well, I'm not going to play it, am I? So let's go.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to play it. So
the villain in it is called Perseus.
Okay.
Okay.
Perseus was actually a Cold War rumor. He was actually a Cold War theory that was implemented into the game, to give the game obviously more of a story. Yeah. He was a genuine theory. It was actually a spy that actually was thought to have existed. Right, I'm reading the Wikipedia page because there's genuinely a whole Wikipedia page on it. Perseus was the code name of a hypothetical Soviet atomic spy that, if real, would have allegedly breached United States national security by infiltrating Los Alamos National Laboratory during the development of the Manhattan Project, and consequently would have been instrumental of of the Soviets getting their hands on nuclear weapons. So basically, after the Manhattan Project, all of a sudden, Soviet Union got their hands on nuclear weapons. They could develop their own.
And that's bad.
Yes, because now look what it's fucking led to. Instead of putting that nuclear energy to fucking use, they've now got to make bombs out of it.
They went big boom, yay!
Like massive amount of a mad amount of bombs that we don't know what we're gonna do with them. Like they're literally laying to rest at this point.
So I've gone on the Wikipedia page and it said they're meeting with Cohen, and my head went straight to Borat, and I need to see Borat in the Cold War.
Right, a reference to the profile of a spy who can be identified with Perseus describes them as an American scientist of young age at the time of the Manhattan Project. If they were real, Perseus would have supposedly been of age to participate in the Spanish Civil War. In the early 1940s, Perseus would have been in New York visiting sick parents. During his stay in that city, they would have managed and recruited by the GRU, who are the main Directorate of the General Staff of Armed Forces for the Russian Federation. After looking,
GRU from for that,
I have no idea. And after looking and contacting Morris Cohen, who was an American convicted of leaking information to the Russians, an American who joined the Communist Party during the Great Depression and worked as he was a Soviet spy.
Huh.
Oh.
The meeting with Cohen must have been between September 41st and September 1941 and July 1942, before Cohen enlisted in the army and left for the Western Front in Europe. Obviously, the Western Front during World War II. Perseus reportedly introduced himself to Cohen as a physicist who would have been invited to have worked on the Los Alamos Research Center by 1942. Perseus was supposedly already working at Los Alamos, being that they would have started sometime at least 18 months before the German physicist and also atomic spy Klaus Fuchs, who joined the investigation mid-1944. However, Perseus appears to have been recruited by the Soviets around the same, or at least nearby at the time as Fuchs. Christian Fuchs, the Leicester City left back for me, he's on a mad one.
He was building
Because,
nuclear
correct
bombs.
me if I'm wrong, Jack, because you've played the campaign, haven't you?
Yeah, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
So Perseus was a Russian
Spy.
bomb.
He was a Russian spy, yeah. He was basically because that plays into it. So basically, Perseus was a man who had information of the nuclear weapons and leaked them to the Soviets, and then that led to the arms race, and which ultimately led to the Cold War. There is also a theory that Perseus is not actually a person, but it's actually a group. It's an independent group that just want to see the world burn.
So it's basically like the Syndicate from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and this is basically what the Cold War campaign entertains. It basically follows that story of Perseus is actually a group of people. It's an independent group who have no ties to the Soviets or the USA or the Allies even. And they just want to see the world burn. And with that, they would have been able to set off multiple nukes throughout Europe and pinned the blame on America. Like, this is a theory that I think blows my fucking mind.
Isn't there there's a movie it's not based on this. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's a Steven Spielberg movie. It's about a kid who hacks into the United States Pentagon, and he nearly starts the Third World War.
No, I forgot what it was called. Oh god.
It feels like it's been based on this because it's really
What year
good.
did it come out?
A long time ago.
Oh,
let me
no,
get-
he
I don't
hacks
think
into NORAD.
Stephen, should I just look it up?
War games, that's it.
War Games, 1983.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's very good.
Yeah,
Also, on the Mission
I've actually
Impossible thing, that's Mission Impossible 4 is based on the Unabomber, isn't it? So it
Oh.
wouldn't surprise me.
Mission Impossible. Well, Mission Impossible's one. It's like they sort of have that whole thing with like a crime group called the Syndicate, which is basically like they invest in like well, in the most recent movie, they have a nuclear bomb incident.
So apparently, Perseus is a person. Like, it is a person. It's a spy, but we don't know the identity of it.
So it could be a woman or a man.
Yeah, the alleged identities were of Philip Morrison, an American scientist, activist, and president of the Federation of American Scientists from 1970 to 2000. Oscar Sebora, can't say that name, and Theodore Hall. Some aspects of his character were based on and coincided with American Soviet spy and physicist. Basically, I mean, not a lot, really. Oscar Sebora, like, there were not a lot of things that matched up with him, but with Theodore Hall, his age, his parents' residence, attributed code names, and lifespan pretty much all matched up with the characteristics of Perseus. But yeah, and then there's this also, and then like I said, there's also this theory that Perseus is not a person, but it's a group of people who just want to see the world burn.
The idea.
I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but fuck me.
I'm just thinking a fucking Syndicate project just sat there in like a room with like a nuclear missile in front of them.
Playing
We're taking them
zombies.
down.
Oh
When he
my
gets
God.
a 115 subtrain, he just lets off a nuke.
Fucking hell. I want a remastered fucking Kino. And if he doesn't get a remastered Kino, he just sets a nuke off.
Destroy our headquarters.
That actually is mutually assured destruction. It's like, I'll bomb you if you don't give me remastered Kino.
So yeah, I'd say that was the first conspiracy theory we've discussed that's a bit serious.
You could say he's gone a bit mad.
Yeah, we've gone on a tangent on this, and I like these sort of
Free flowing.
unstructured episodes.
Yeah.
Unstructured episodes that we just go off on a tangent.
Because at the end of the day, we're a bunch of wafflers.
Exactly.
Hey, he said the
Yeah,
title.
he said it. He said it. He said it.
He said it.
Roll the credits.
So yeah, what do you think of that theory?
I think that's probably the most, from what we've heard today, obviously clearly apart from the Australia theory, that's got the most evidence backing it.
Yeah. And it's a Cold War espionage theory, so it's badass.
It's the most feasible one.
Like, I feel like the Cold War is such a. I mean, obviously, my parents have lived through that period. They said they don't want ever to go through something like that ever again. But I feel like that would have been such.
Yeah.
But that seemed like such a badass period.
Don't you just think that the
To
Cold War
be a sort of official, like being in the American government, it'd be like, oh fuck, like literally, like the world could have been obliterated so many times if it wasn't for like so many little tiny moments, like the submarine off the coast of Florida, which needed one more person to authorize the strike.
And he said no.
Yeah, and he said no. And he
This is where the theory of MAD comes in, isn't it? Mutually assured destruction, because America and Russia are both like, "Oh, we'll bomb you," and then the other goes, "Well, we'll fucking bomb you."
all I can say is thank God
never mind.
for Mikhail Gorbachev.
That was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mikhail Gorbachev, who's also in the Cold War campaign. But he was the Soviet Union leader who not only dismantled the Soviet Union, but because he knew it wasn't working, but he also eased tensions between America and the Soviet Union, and basically brought them back on the right path again, and just made them friends again.
I mean, they're definitely not friends.
I mean, they're not.
Let's
I mean,
call them civil.
no. They were friends until Gorbachev got stabbed in the back by one of his officials.
Reznov.
Fucking Vladimir Viktor Reznov. So yeah, I'd say that theory's a pretty mad one. Yeah, it's fucking mad, and the fact they've made a whole game based on it is pretty cool.
Sort of like, because in World War One, you know what happens. You know, it's the European War. Everyone fights. People, obviously, unfortunately, people lose their lives, and then the war ends. Starts off again, World War Two. People fight. Unfortunately, more people lose their lives, and then the war ends. But with the Cold War, it's a long period of nothing but so much at the same time.
Not a single bullet was fired.
Yeah, not a single bullet was fired, yet so much happened.
On the record, anyway. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the Cold War. I mean, the Cold War did influence a lot of proxy wars, especially in the Middle East. Obviously, Vietnam.
Like it's sort of,
yeah.
It reminds me of the time, do you know, between World War One and World War Two, because that's known as what the 51-year war, or something like that. No, the 31-year war, because a German soldier actually never surrendered. It sort of reminds me like the time pre-World War Two, when like Hitler was paranoid. Like there seemed to be so much controversy, yet nothing actually happened.
There
like,
was a lot of tension in the world.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a cartoon from late World War One that says that basically then another war's going to happen, and it was 1 year out for the start of the Second World War.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought that like maybe the past 5 years or so, it's kind of felt like that, which is scary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when the North Korea shit started. I was like, oh.
I mean, remember at the start of this year when people thought that
USA
and Iran, was it?
It was Iran, yeah.
That was quite scary.
Yeah. That was scary.
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year. What a way to kick off the year by America bombing the Iranian general.
They didn't just bomb him; they drone striked him direct impact. There was nothing left of him.
Exactly, there was literally nothing left of him. It's like they incinerated the bastard. I'm like,
they didn't even deny it. They're like, yeah.
Like, it was actually like
that shit is so dangerous, man. Can they at least give us a heads up when they do it? Can you at least give us a heads up? Yeah, we're gonna bomb this person now. I mean,
the bad part is that wasn't even the worst thing that happened that year.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't.
A fucking virus swept the world, and Jaffa Cakes went down. No, Jaffa Cakes went down to a 10-pack, didn't they? Like a year ago, didn't they? What happened? What bad happened in 2020? A lot happened.
FIFA 21 came out.
FIFA 20. Yeah.
Fortnite died.
That's
a good
that
thing.
Happened earlier than that, though.
Yeah. I mean,
people died.
Cyberpunk came out.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a list.
Not great.
That happened.
Paul McCartney died again.
Kobe died. Yeah.
One question. Oh, Kobe died. Yeah. One question I was going to ask was: do you think we're sort of going through a Cold War period right now?
A little bit.
Yes.
A little bit. I don't think on the scale of.
Oh no.
Except we've just got one chubby little Korean man threatening to bomb the world, even though his nukes can't even reach America.
Wait. Remember when he was reported to be dead, and then like 6 hours later,
oh my god,
that's happened more than once.
It was giving me Didier Drogba vibes.
Didier Drogba vibes. Carlo Ancelotti confirms Didier Drogba had malaria.
Ronaldo died last year as well, didn't he? Do you remember that? Was it a goal? They said Ronaldo had died in a car.
Oh yeah. I now know. Yeah.
Maradona died.
Maradona died. Yeah. Wait, was that 2020?
There's one from 4 or 5 years ago for 2016 saying Cristiano Ronaldo's died in a car crash.
I know. Yeah, that was pretty weird. Oh yeah, Maradona died in 2020. Jesus.
Oh yeah, shit.
When did he die?
December, November. I think it was quite
25th
late.
of November.
Number 8 on the
2 days before my
something,
birthday.
whatever.
I mean,
things happen is the World Health Organization. I'll try that again. The WHO named it COVID-19.
Oh my god.
Remember when we all thought COVID was going to be over in 3 weeks?
Yeah, jeez.
Oh
To be honest,
shit!
I never
Oh
did.
wait, hold on. Onto football. I think Timo Werner scored, but he got disallowed.
No. Timo Werner scored and it got disallowed by offside because of hit the smallest bit of like up to like his bicep was offside.
Jesus.
How have we gone from talking about the Cold War to Chelsea?
I mean, they do have a Russian owner, to be fair. Russian owner, to be
So
fair.
yeah, he could fund the Cold War if he felt like it.
Abramovich was the one.
He actually apparently funds terrorists in the Middle East. Actually,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Which,
I mean, United's owners fund Donald Trump.
yeah, I think he funds terrorists in the Middle East that are responsible for, I think, a genocide of the Kurdish people or something like that.
Oh.
Didn't he make a lot of his money from basically threatening people in their homes or something like that and just stealing it?
Something like that, or oil.
He won. He got his wealth.
On the safe side, to stay on the safe side, let's say oil. I find
Basically, he's just dodgy. He is just dodgy.
Yeah, I think all billionaires are pretty much dodgy, especially from Eastern Europe.
Imagine being homeless and then finding out that your house was sold to buy Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Yeah. Riots in the street, and then you see Kai Havertz coming as well. And
I'd be pretty pissed if my house got sold for 50 million, got spent on Fernando Torres.
Yeah, at first though, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, what a player!"
Remember when Stamford Bridge was being renovated, and there was one house on the corner that they had to like get rid of.
Wait, what was this?
Oh, so it was like a couple years ago. Oh, I can't remember what state. It might have been, but there was like they were renovating it and like making it bigger, and there was just one house on the corner that just refused to like the owners just like refused to sell up. And Russell Howard was doing like a whole comedy sketch on it. I found it hilarious.
Oh wait, the house. Yeah, they were trying to build a road in this. Yeah, and they built around it. Yeah, I know you're on about. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why did I say Stamford Bridge? I meant the motorway, and there's like the cottage in the middle.
I think it was in. I don't know what country it was in, but I saw that. It was pretty funny.
They just rip off Fulham and call it Stamford Cottage.
There's literally just a house in the middle of a roundabout.
It's like a cottage.
Stamford Cottage. There you go.
Stamford Cottage. Jesus
That's
Christ.
basically how they built. Oh no, my memory's gone blank. Brentford's new stadium. Yeah, that's the one. They were just like, yeah, we'll just stick this here. Some of it, but under the motorway.
Yeah, it looks like it's been like made in some like really weird like like now look, people will make something that's so terrible, but then they'll just deem it as modern art.
Yeah.
Less than it. It's
like it. Go on.
It's built in a way where you can clearly see they've cut corners. Like it's like when you're building a house in Minecraft and you run out of wood, so you have to like just
improvise
and be like, right, we'll start the roof now, halfway through the ceiling.
Yeah, people would like make a sculpture out of like 3 bent pieces of metal, and they'd be like, "Oh, it represents the Virgin Mary" or something like that, and it'd be like, "Oh, piss off."
But I don't think a stadium screams under 21 England tournament like the Brentford Stadium.
It's like a Lego house.
Yeah.
How have we gone from talking about the Virgin Mary to this?
Well, it's
I've gone from Paul McCartney to this.
I mean, my shit is just being delayed by this, so.
Oh my God.
Pleasant.
Lovely news. From Cold War to my shit.
This was an episode based on conspiracy theories. We've done that, and now we've moved on to how someone will be pissed off because the house got sold to fund Kepa Arrizabalaga.
That's a conspiracy theory. Is it actually the house owner drugging Arrizabalaga to make Abramovich go broke?
Don't.
I don't fancy some Russians coming
In
to my door
fact,
in the morning.
At the start of the recording, I think, or it might have been on one of the many intros Jack tried, we mentioned that we should start our own conspiracy theory. So, any ideas?
Well, I'm going to stick with mine. Abramovich espionage by drugging goalkeeper.
I think this one's pretty plausible. But I also like the one we made about Ed before.
Oh yeah.
I think the one about Ed's pretty good. That he's a cross-dresser, and he's actually, I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm dead.
Yeah, and you're dead. Maybe we're all dead. Maybe we're all actually computers.
Yeah, we're an AI.
We are an AI.
Following with the trend that the Aussies no longer exist. South America is just a floating island.
Actually,
every island.
Oh yeah, and when Ed hears this back, just so he doesn't sue us for defamation, we don't actually think he's dead or a cross-dresser. There you go. He can't sue us for defamation anymore. Wanker.
Have that, you squid.
This deserves at least 4,000
We
listens.
love you really, Ed. We love you really.
On Spotify alone. 4,000.
Oh god. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we should wrap the episode up now because it's gone on.
Yeah, I think this is
a
our
while. Yeah.
How's it going for track record? Is our longest one?
I think it might be as long as the Seer one.
I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, we just waffled.
If you made it this far, we are sorry.
Like, we are sorry.
If you made it this far into a podcast of 4 idiots talking about conspiracy theories, get your head checked.
Yeah, go get your head checked and look things like.
Get some help.
Yeah. Ask for any kind of medication. ADHD help.
Yeah, that
marijuana, Xanax, it'll all help.
Oh, man, like
just do something better with your life. That's all I can say.
If there's any brands that want to advertise, feel free to get in touch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's one.
That's yeah.
Just
So
email at Ricardo Luke.
1-0 Chelsea, Mason Mount.
Oh, lovely. Anyway.
Oh, nice. Right.
Oh no. Anyway.
I want to plug a few things just before we wrap things up.
Go on.
First of all, highlights are obviously on the YouTube channel, but also we're going to start uploading highlights for games because we're going to start playing games because we feel like we feel like we need to sort of express ourselves more.
Branch out.
Our personalities aren't the best, so we need to carry that by editing. So
exactly.
Feel free to hop on there this weekend. I think would it be up this weekend?
So soon then.
I think the gaming videos will take a little while to edit. So yeah,
probably during the next week.
Probably during the week.
To look forward to then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something to look forward to. Some gaming videos are coming to the group chat Waffle YouTube channel.
I feel like the Sky Sports studio. Do you know at the end of every match they're like, and now go on to YouTube